Okay, hi guys, how's it going? This is week number 10, lesson number 3, our final lesson of the week, our final lesson of the term before the Easter holidays, and hopefully our final online lesson in maths before we go back to school on April 12th. That is the hope anyway. Obviously this is supposed to be a live lesson. It isn't because Virgin Media are telling me that they're going to be shutting off the Wi-Fi, so I'm worried we won't get a class at all, hence make the video. And I have to be down in school for deliveries coming for the new lab as well. So Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, we have deliveries coming, so it's all set up for you guys and nice and fresh looking for when you come back. So I said the video is the handiest way just to make sure that we actually get a lesson at all. So apologies, it's not a live one. We will, however, have our live science class on Thursday afternoon. So we will we'll be correcting the measurement questions. We'll be going through our sci-fest, see any ideas in that regard. And then we will spend some time going back over patterns in algebra as well. So any questions you have on the maths, you can email me, of course, anytime you want. But save them until the science lesson, and we'll squeeze in some maths in there as well. And of course, we'll be going over all this again before we get to the summer exam anyway. Okay, so let's have a look at this some of this algebra, right? So they're saying here that Owen is E years old. We don't know what E is. It could be 10, it could be 100. We're not sure. They put it in the table there for us as well. But they want us to, this is all in terms of E now. Write down Grace's age. Well, if Owen is E and Grace is 7 years younger than Owen, well, Grace is going to be E years minus 7. 7 years younger, so less. Evan is going to be twice as old as Owen. So Evan is going to be 2 E's, 2 by E, or 2E. Ava is going to be 3 years older than Owen. So Ava is going to be E plus 7. So whatever E is, and 7 on top of that. So E could be 10, which would make Ava 17. This second part, B, is probably the hardest question in the whole thing. It involves a bit of equations, which I'd say people struggle with. I hope you didn't stop when you got to this one, because it is a difficult one. They're saying Grace is half Owen's age. So Grace then is half of E. So if Owen is E, Grace is half of E, whatever E is. But we know that Grace here is E minus 7. So half of E is the same as E minus 7. So if we take if we put the numbers to one side and the letters to the other side, what you end up with there is E minus a half E is equal to 7, or a half of E is equal to 7. So E minus a half E gives you 7. So if we know that if a half of Owen's age, a half of E is 7, then a full E is going to be equal to 14. So E is equal to 14. Okay? Difficult one, that. Probably the hardest one of the whole look. Find the value of 4p minus 3m. Okay, so here's our thing here, but they're telling us 4p minus 3m. But telling us that P is 5 and M is 2. So I'm going to rewrite this whole thing again, except everywhere I see a P, I'm going to put a 5, and everywhere I see an M, I'm going to put a 2. So I'm going to have 4 times 5 instead of 4 times P, minus 3 times 2. I put a 2 where I saw the M. Okay, multiply it out. 4 by 5 gives you 20, and 3 by 2 gives you 6, minus 6, because it's a plus by a minus. 20 minus 6 gives us 14. These ones, guys, are we've done so many of them at this stage, but it's all about practice. Remember the route we take. We take our first number in our first bracket, whatever it is, and we multiply it by the first number in the second bracket and the second number in the second bracket. Then we take our second number in our first bracket and multiply that by our first number and by our second number. So we're going to get 4 answers here. Be careful of those signs. You're multiplying, you got to take that whole plus, 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 minus nonsense into account. So start off, 2x by x gives us 2x squared. 2x by minus 4 gives us minus 8x. plus 7 by x gives us 7x. And plus 7 by minus 4 gives us minus. Plus by minus gives minus is minus 28. Go back to the algebra notes if you've forgotten these and do 20 of them to remind yourself. Underline the things that are the same. Only one x squared value. Only 128, only one number. And we have two x's. So write down the 2x squared, write down the minus 28, and number line job, if we have minus 8x's and we add 7x's to it, we're still going to end up with minus 1x. So there's our answer there. 2x squared minus x minus 28. Okay, keep going. I'm going fairly quick through this, but you can rewatch this if you need to. It's the benefit of the video. Find the value of 2n plus 1 over 3n minus 2 where n is 4. I'm going to write this out again. Everywhere I see an n, I'm going to stick in a 4. 2 times 4 plus 1 on top. So 2n plus 1 goes to 2 times 4 plus 1. And 3n, oh no, see, I'm sticking in the n again. I don't need it. I'm sticking in a 4 minus 2 on the bottom. I'm going to multiply it out. So 2 times 4, these two, gives you 8 plus 1. 8 plus 1. Just getting rid of the brackets. 3 times 4 gives me 12 minus 2. So what I end up with, 8 plus 1 is 9 on top, and 12 minus 2 is 10 on the bottom, like so. Another one of these, multiply and simplify. So we have our w by our first and by our second. Then our 4 by our first and by our second. So w by 3w gives us 3w squared. Don't forget, w by w gives 3w squared. W by minus 2 gives us minus 2w. 4 plus 4 by 3w gives us 12w. And plus 4 by minus 2 gives us minus 8. Underline the things that are the same. Same method every time. We only have one w squared. We only have one number by itself. And we've two just w's by themselves. Write down the easy stuff, 3w squared. Write down the minus 8. And we have minus 2 w's. And we add 12 w's, which is going to give us plus 10 w at the end. Another one of these agey ones. The letter J stands for Jake's age in years. So J is Jake's age. And they give us that in the thing there, Jake's age in years. Jake's age in 2 years' time is J plus 2. So Jake's age and 2 years' time. Jake's age in 5 years' time will be, well, we have Jake's age, here it is now, and add 5. Jake's age 4 years ago, so before J, is going to be J take away 4. 4 years ago before J. Twice Jake's age is going to be 2 J's. 1/3 of Jake's age is going to be 1/3 of J. Like so. Same as the last question, isn't it really? Okay. Find the value of the expression. They give you one of these big things here, and they want you to, they even write the next line out for you, which is good. So they want you to sub in x. Wherever you see an x, throw in a 7. So we can just do that straight away. 7 there and 7 there. Thrown in there. Wherever you see an x, you throw in a 7. So they do it for you, which is nice in fairness. So let's work out the first one here. This is going to work. A 2 by 7 is 14 plus 1 over 3 plus 3 7s are 21 minus 5 over 2. So I'll bring this up here. Our top line, so we're going to have 14 plus 1 is 15 over 3 plus 21 minus 5 is 16 over 2. So you could work those out. 3 into 15, so this is 15 over 3 means 15 divided by 3, which gives you 5, plus 2 into 16 gives you 8. So your answer is going to be 13, like so. Okay. Find the value of the following expression. So they're telling us that here's our expression here, And everywhere we see an x, we throw a 3. Everywhere we see a y, we're putting in a 4. Right, so 5x is going to change to 5 by 3. And 4y is going to change to 4 by 5. So that's going to work out. So 5 by 3 is going to give us 15, plus 4 by 5 is going to give us 20. So our answer is going to be 20 plus 15 is 35. Using the same numbers, x is 3 and y is 5, I'm going to write them in. We're going to end up with 3 squared plus 5 squared. So this is, you see there, they're giving us x squared plus y squared. So they're saying there, so we're subbing in 3 for x and 5 for y. So if you work that out, 3 squared is 9. 3 by 3, 9. Plus 5 squared, 5 by 5 is 25. So our answer is going to be 34. Okay. Multiply 5 by 3a minus 4b. So then whatever's inside the brackets, multiply by the first one, multiply by the second one. Again, you've loads and loads of examples of these being done. They're still there waiting for you to look back over in the algebra folder on the OneNote here. So 5 by 3a gives us 15a. And 5 by minus 4b, remember, plus by a minus, is going to give us minus 20b. Okay, there's our answer. This is just I suppose, again, we have loads of examples like this. You're going to multiply your x by your first one, by your second one. Then you're going to multiply your y by your first one, and by your second one. So let's try that. X by x is x squared. X by minus y, be careful, is minus xy. Y by x is the same as x by y. It's just going to give us plus xy. And y by y is going to give us plus y squared. Highlight the same things. So we only have one x squared. We only have one y squared. And we have minus xy plus xy. So if you have a minus xy and you add an xy, it's just going to give you nothing. So your final answer is just x squared plus y squared. Because these cancel out. 1 minus 1. Okay. There. Find the values of the following expression. So a is 4 and b is minus 1. So they're saying that, here's what we're using all the time. A is 4 and b is minus 1. So, instead of a, we're putting in 4. So 4 goes in here. 2a plus 3b minus 2 is equal to 0. So we're going to have to work that out. So what that's going to work out, so this whole part here, 2 by 4 is going to give us 8. Second part, 3 by minus 1, be careful, a plus 3 by a minus 1 is going to give us minus 3. And then, of course, we bring our minus 2 down. So 8 minus 3 minus 2, your answer is going to be, that's not very clear, 8 minus 3 minus 2 is going to be 3, isn't it? 6, 7, 6, 7, 3. Yes, it's going to be 3. That's our answer. Subbing in again, using the same green numbers there. A is 4 and B is minus 1. So we're going to put 4 in here and minus 1 in here. So A squared plus B squared plus 4. So we're subbing the numbers in. Okay, so this part here, 4 squared is 4 by 4. That works out to be 16. Minus 1 squared is minus 1 by minus 1. So remember, whatever's in the brackets, it's by itself. So minus 1 by minus 1 is going to give us plus 1. Plus the 4, that comes down. So 16 plus 4 plus 1 is 21. Okay. A plus 2b, we're using the same green numbers. So A is 4 plus 2b. So A plus 2b all over 2. Let's get rid of those brackets. It's going to be 4, and you have a plus 2 by a minus 1, so you multiply these two together. So it's going to be minus 2 over 2, which is going to be equal to 4 minus 2 is 2 over 2. So 2 into 2, the answer is 1. Okay, last one of the day. And these are tricky, I know, but you might find that you're kind of getting through these and making a greater attempt at these than you were before. So you're kind of starting to think, I'm starting to get a bit comfortable with subbing in simplifying, in multiplying, and it's one of these things, patterns in algebra that are kind of similar. They just take a bit of time, and it's one thing we kind of give algebra a lot of respect because it does take time to get used to it, but we have time. So we'll be doing a lot of algebra over the next few weeks, and when we get back after Easter anyway. So another one of these. First number, first bracket by the first number, and by the second number in the second bracket. Then we're going to multiply our 4 by the first number and by the second number. So let's start. X by x gives us x squared. X by minus 6 gives us minus 6x plus by a minus. Plus 4 by x gives us plus 4x. And plus 4 by minus 6 gives us minus 24. Highlight what's the same. Only one x squared. Only one number by itself. And these two here. Minus 6x plus 4x. Write down what you definitely know is not going to change. Doesn't need to be simplified. And then minus 24. You've minus 6x and you add 4x's. It's going to give you plus 2x's. Like that. And Sinead. Okay, so all those answers are there and in the video for you to watch. As I said, we'll have our science lesson and we'll fight through those measurement questions from Monday, and then we'll go back and we'll look at the patterns exam questions from lesson number 1 and 2, and we'll look at these algebra questions as well during science. I apologize for missing the live lesson. It's just I don't think I'm going to have Wi-Fi to be able to do it, and I could be down at the school lugging boxes around with all your new supplies in it. So I said this is the easier way to do it, but we will catch up during the live lesson, and there'll be lots of time when we go back to focus on algebra and focus on patterns, which are tricky topics and made much more tricky by the fact that we're not in class. But sure, we will get there. Not to worry. We're all doing really, really well. Okay, right. I'll talk to you on science. Mind yourselves. Bye bye.